may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, guys, a couple announcements real quick. I am sure y'all have heard by now, but if you want to get in a Dynasty startup with myself, if you want to participate in one of these flock leagues, you need to shoot me a DM ASAP. It doesn't matter where it is. Shoot it to me on Twitter, shoot it to me on Instagram, shoot it to me on Discord. But wherever you shoot it to me, I'm going to be sending you over to Patreon because all of these leagues are going to be run through Patreon. And that's mainly so I can provide some value for everybody who's supporting the channel, because I can't just sit here and work 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day every single day if we have no support coming in, because my girlfriend would look at me going, my God, what am I doing here? Let me pack up my bags. Let's leave ASAP. So because of that, we are going to be doing them through Patreon. And also, I have a very exciting announcement that with these leagues, I think that we are going to add something on. I think that we are going to be adding on to the prize pool a flock jersey for everybody who wins a league. Now, I am talking right now with the guy making the jerseys saying, hey, I just want to be able to order these in bulk. I want to order them, do them as giveaways on Patreon, and more importantly, give them to the people that win those flock Patreon Dynasty leagues. If you haven't seen a flock jersey yet, they're not for sale or anything. Like I said, you're going to have to win a league. You're going to have to win a giveaway or something to get one. But anyway, here they are. Very excited. Literally, this is the only thing I've worn for probably the past, I want to say 2 weeks now. I think I've had it. But regardless, yeah, those are some exciting announcements. And what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be going through and answering everyone's question that they've been asking. And that is, what are you doing with Deshaun Watson? And the short way to answer this question is I am buying. Now, I'll tell you the exact trades that I've sent out to try to buy Deshaun Watson at the end of the video. But before we do that, I want to go through and I want to talk about exactly why I'm going to be pursuing Deshaun Watson in trade over the next few weeks. Okay, so now the first thing I want to say is it is April 1st right now. So if you're watching this maybe in mid-April, late April, early May, yeah, there could be a lot of things that have changed. But as it stands right now with Deshaun Watson, there have been 21 total lawsuits filed. There have also been 18 women defending Deshaun Watson. And I know that really doesn't mean a whole lot, except with our next point. Because the reason I'm going to be buying Deshaun Watson is not that I'm a lawyer. It's not that I know anything going on here. And most people who are reading into it, most people that are trying to put pieces together and going, hey, this is bogus, or hey, this is valid, I think that they are mainly wasting their time. And the reason they are wasting their time is because Deshaun Watson himself, but more importantly, the NFL has so much money to be made with Deshaun Watson playing football. Now, I know that isn't what you want to hear, especially if you're of the opinion that Deshaun Watson is guilty and you don't necessarily want him to be able to go out there and just continue his profession. Regardless of the case, I'm not sitting here and trying to sit on a high hill and be the judge of this. It's none of my business what happened. The NFL, the courts are going to decide that. But what we need to do is we need to go, okay, so regardless of what happened, regardless of what the truth is, what is the most likely outcome with this Deshaun Watson scenario in terms of the games he plays, how many, when is he playing next? And what I'm going to do to look at this is we're going to go through and look at recent examples of what has happened with players that have big names, that have off the field scenarios, and see what really their low point was compared to what ended up happening after the fact. And our first player that we're going to be bringing up is the most recent example. And I know it seems like so long ago this happened, but Tyree Kill, we have to talk about it. Okay, so if you weren't playing Tyree Kill, I'm sorry, if you weren't playing Dynasty at the time, I'm sure you still heard what was going on with Tyree Kill and the child abuse situation, where pretty much all signs were pointing to, hey, Tyree Kill is guilty. Everybody in the Dynasty community thought it. And at the end of the day, it didn't matter, because regardless of if he's guilty, regardless of if he's innocent, what ended up happening is Tyree Kill hit a low point where people were trading him for third-round rookie picks. People were trading him for fourth-round rookie picks. Pretty much anything to get Tyree Kill off their roster. I mean, do y'all remember the day where his fiance, his wife, his baby mama, I have no idea what she is, but the mother of the child came out and left that voicemail and it ended up getting leaked? Yeah, no, that was very, very bad. It looked like Tyree Kill was 100% going to miss the season. It looked like he was going to miss an extended period of time. But no, it kind of got swept under the rug. Really, the charges got dropped and we never heard of it again. So we can sit here and assume, hey, Tyree Kill most likely innocent because the resulting factor. And we can also sit here going, you know what? We're not judges, but the NFL has a lot of money to be made if Tyree Kill is on the football field. So we probably shouldn't have overreacted. Probably shouldn't have been trading Tyree Kill for third-round rookie picks. And now let's go to another player that was on that Kansas City Chiefs roster a while ago, Kareem Hunt. Now, Kareem Hunt, at his low point, guys, he was being cut off rosters. You couldn't get a third for Kareem Hunt, where we know that the video came out where he had the incident with the female near the elevator. Now, all that resulted from this is Kareem Hunt was cut by the Kansas City Chiefs. He was out of football for a year. He came back, served a small suspension, and now Kareem Hunt is on his second contract since he came back from that suspension. And pretty much you never hear that mentioned ever again. And like I said here, we don't have to speculate. We saw it on video. We saw exactly what happened. And Kareem Hunt still playing football. And I don't need to say this, but I will. Now, think about how much money Kareem Hunt and his name makes the NFL. Now, Kareem Hunt is a running back. Kareem Hunt was a third-round NFL draft pick. He really came out, I believe, of Toledo with a small name versus Deshaun Watson, Clemson, top 10 NFL draft pick, someone on a massive deal, quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL. So if Kareem Hunt, we got that scenario coming out with video, he ended up making it back where now he is just that normal dynasty asset. And Deshaun Watson is this high-profile player, someone with a much larger name. And I don't want to sit here in trying to compare the crimes. I don't want to sit here trying to play judge. That's not my role. My ethics have nothing to go into it. I am not smart enough to even talk about that. We are just looking historically at what has happened with these players. Now we go over to Ezekiel Elliott with a couple instances here. He has the domestic violence situation where that's pretty much the only disciplinary action he saw. We also know that he was doing the stuff like not flashing girls, but pulling girls' tops off parade floats. Also, he got caught smoking on camera in a live stream this past offseason. So Zeke has had a multitude of incidents off the field happen. But really, the only harsh punishment that he has seen was from that domestic violence dispute where he ended up missing 6 games. But still, think about it. How long ago was this? How many people are still talking about it? The common trend here is there was a ton of money to be made from Ezekiel Elliott playing for the Dallas Cowboys. So Ezekiel Elliott is still playing for the Dallas Cowboys because the NFL is going to be the NFL. Then you go through and Ben Roethlisberger, a quarterback back in his prime, you saw him for his sexual harassment stuff be first suspended for 6 games. Then that ends up actually getting moved down to 4. So that's another thing we can bring up. Staying at the quarterback position, someone else that doesn't make the NFL nearly as much money as Deshaun Watson, Jameis Winston, way back earlier on in his career, he also had a sexual harassment incident where he ended up serving a 3-game suspension. So another instance where, hey, when there's smoke, there's fire. That's all we have to say. This isn't coming from nowhere. But what we need to see is hey, these players aren't missing that much time. Then you have Ray Rice, the one incident that we can look at, and we can go, okay, at 27 years old, coming off a year where he saw 3.1 yards per carry, not necessarily a superstar by any means. We have him on video, and he gets suspended indefinitely for the NFL, never really sees the NFL field ever again. So that's the one incidence that we can say from Tyree Kill, Kareem Hunt, Ezekiel Elliott, Ray Rice, Jameis Winston, and Ben Roethlisberger. Now, the largest suspension for any of these players was actually Ezekiel Elliott with 6 games. Kareem Hunt, you could argue that he was kind of blackballed from the NFL for a little bit until the Browns were willing to pick him up. So maybe you make the argument with Kareem Hunt. But regardless, the common factor here is the fact that these star players, regardless if you want to sit here and you want to play judge, you want to play lawyer, you want to be a personal investigator and try to find out what's going on in this situation, it doesn't really matter because there is so much money to be made for the NFL. They have so many people backing these players that the punishment's not going to be that harsh. I think at the very most what we're going to be seeing from Deshaun Watson is an 8-game suspension, if that, because the NFL wants him playing. What are the ratings going to be like with Deshaun Watson versus a Tom Savage? I mean, do we really need to dive into this? So what I want to be talking about now is where we would rank Deshaun Watson in Dynasty with all of this going on. So I still think that you have to have him in the top tier. I still think he is a tier 1 quarterback, and this tier is very large. You have Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, and Trevor Lawrence. Now, because of all this uncertainty around Deshaun Watson, you have to have him at the bottom of this tier. I don't think you can take him over a Dak Prescott, a Justin Herbert, a Trevor Lawrence, a Russell Wilson. I mean, all those quarterbacks are going to be safer. We can acknowledge that. But with Deshaun Watson having an elite points per game average and knowing that he is most likely, I want to say almost guaranteed to be a starting quarterback at the very minimum in 2022 and quite possibly the majority of 2021 to go along with this, and he's still extremely young, has the rushing upside, Deshaun Watson has to slide in your top 10 quarterbacks here. And then we look at the next tier of quarterbacks, tier 2. I mean, he has to be ahead of every single one of these guys, in my opinion. You have Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, Tua Tagovailoa, Baker Mayfield, and Ryan Tannehill. So I think you have Deshaun Watson over every single one of those quarterbacks. You have him at the very end of that tier 1, and his price currently is less than this. I'm getting consistent DMs on Patreon saying, hey, what do I do in this startup? Deshaun Watson has fallen to the 4th round. Do I take Deshaun Watson? I mean, people are scared. People are starting to take these rookie quarterbacks outside of Trevor Lawrence ahead of him. They are starting to take a Matthew Stafford, a Jalen Hurts, and I think that is absolutely crazy. So what we have done is we've gone out there and we've started sending out offers for Deshaun Watson. Because of this, I'm probably not going to upload this video the day after I record it because I want to see if any of these offers get accepted. But anyway, in the flock 3, we have offered Jalen Hurts for Deshaun Watson. In the flock 4, we offered Matthew Stafford for Deshaun Watson. Flock 5, we offered the rookie pick 104 for Deshaun Watson. Flock 6, we offered Ryan Tannehill for Deshaun Watson. Flock 7, we offered J.K. Dobbins for Watson and the rookie pick 204. Flock 8, we offered Derrick Henry for Deshaun Watson. Flock 9, we offered Justin Herbert for Deshaun Watson and the rookie pick 201. And flock 10, we offered Ryan Tannehill for Deshaun Watson. And we also had Jalen Hurts on that team, so we sent a separate offer of Jalen Hurts for Deshaun Watson. Now, guys, please let me know what y'all think of this down in the comment section below. And I don't need y'all going down there saying, hey, he's guilty, he's innocent. That is kind of besides the fact. I think that regardless of if he's innocent or guilty, you're not going to see the punishment be that drastic by the NFL because their PR machine and everything they're going to be doing is to make sure that Deshaun Watson can play as many games as possible so this league can make as much money as possible. So please, don't, I mean, if you want to take the high road, if you want to go, hey, I don't want anything to do with Deshaun Watson, that's your opinion. That is how you play Dynasty. I play Dynasty just going, how can I get the most value and the most points scored possible? I don't care about anything else outside of that. So that is why I'm going to be buying Deshaun Watson. Now, thank you guys. I know that this video is probably going to get a ton of hate, especially with everything going on right now, but I don't care. I'm not coming out here trying to be the most popular guy ever and trying to get everybody to go, oh, bravo, Mason, bravo. No, that doesn't matter. You can roast me down in the comment section or anything. I'm just trying to help everybody watching the channel in what I perceive to be the best course of action. So yeah, that's it. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see y'all with the video tomorrow.